What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Mr. HD. And you know what we got to do. We got to do these blunt ratings for night 2 of Wrestlemania. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. Had a bunch of stuff to get through, but we are done with the work. Now we can have some fun talking about some wrestling. I got a little bit. I know we got to watch the Raw After Mania tonight. I should live stream and do the Raw After Mania watch party, but I'll be putting together some other stuff for you guys during that time. So let's talk about these matches real quick. We'll run through them, give each one a blunt rating. Then I'll go over, my blunt ratings for the entire show, just so you could have the exact ratings for all matches, all 13, 14 matches on the card. What we have? 13 matches, because I'm not counting that bullshit that happened with Shane McMahon, Snoop Dogg, and The Miz. I'm really not counting either Miz match, because they weren't really matches. They were just commercial breaks, basically. So the show started off yesterday with Amos and Lesnar. And also, I got pretty much every match wrong. I don't think I picked one match correct. Matter of fact, I didn't. So that was the worst predictions day of all time for myself. We went in tied for the lead going from day one, got almost everything right, and then WWE decided to throw me in the trick bag. So, there was not a stipulation where I had to shave my beard. I just did that because I felt like it. We had Amos and Brock go up in the first match. What's up, Gruss? I know Gruss was mad. The wrong guy won. Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do with Amos, man? Omos. What are you going to do with him? Like, he's supposed to be the scary giant monster hill dude, but Braun Strowman beat him. Fucking Brock Lesnar beat him. He's actually not the giant. He's the giant that gets beat by the actual talented big guys. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. So it is what it is. But not mad at it. It was a decent match. Brock Lesnar was going for the F5 and suplexes, but his back got worked over for the first 2 or 3 minutes with some bear hugs and stuff like that. So he couldn't really get him up, and then all of a sudden he got a boost of energy and just did all the moves at once, and then it was over. A couple suplexes and one F5 was enough to get rid of Amos. So that sucked. I agree, Gruss, it should have took 3 F5s to beat Amos. It's taking 3 F5s to beat smaller people. So I just don't understand that. I'm pretty sure Roman Reigns kicked out of 17 of them in one match. So doesn't look good for Amos going forward. But he was never a Triple H thing. That was kind of a Vince thing. See, he went away when Triple H got in control. Then all of a sudden he popped back up on TV when we hear about Vince McMahon being backstage again. So it's, it's clear who's pushing that Amos initiative. But I think Amos has something to offer. You don't get giants like that come around too often that are actually athletic and can run ropes and do different things like that. So, good for those guys. But I gave this match 3 1/4 blunts, 3.25 blunts, mainly for the spectacle. Everybody did their jobs. Wasn't, it was quick. Wasn't in the way of the show. Got it out the way. But the next match on the card was a complete shit show, and I wish it wasn't on the card. I ain't gonna lie. Because we had the women's fatal 4-way tag match, which was completely horrible. First of all, as I stated before this shit a few days ago, Ronda Rousey's hurt. You know what I mean? So I don't know how they even got just added to the match. They ain't even have to qualify, probably because she's hurt. They just got thrown in the match, and then Wade Barrett and everybody, it's because she's a star, and all that's doing is shitting on the other talent in the company, all of the other women. She just got in, like, is she trying to put people over and make them look like scrubs? Because she definitely made them look like scrubs, especially during the match, because she didn't do a single thing. She I don't even know if she got knocked off the ring apron. She was just on the outside. Shayna Baszler, or she got in the ring. Shayna Baszler apparently got hurt because she was immediately out of the match. And I guess being attended to on the outside, she had to take her boot off. She probably sprained her ankle or twisted her ankle or something like that. So she hobbles back into the ring, and she can't even stand up. Like, she could barely even stand up, Shayna Baszler. And then Ronda, all of a sudden, after Raquel and fucking Natalia does a stupid double fucking sharpshooter spot, and Raquel goes for a Chikata bomb, and it's like a bunch of standard bullshit. Shotzi probably got the most work during the match, which is surprising because you feel like she's the worst wrestler in the fucking match. Well, no, take that back. That was Ronda. But yeah, it was nothing happened. It wasn't like overly sloppy and offensive. It just wasn't good at any point. The crowd had not checked into WrestleMania yet. We were still waiting for the show to start. And the finish sucked because Ronda just walked in and put somebody in the armbar and won the match. I was like, but she hasn't done anything the whole fucking match. Why she just get to walk in? Like, that was so trash. It was so trash. So Ronda and Shayna end up getting the win. The irony is they're both injured now. Like, I'm not sure how bad Shayna's ankle is, but they're both injured now. Ronda already had 2 injuries that she was dealing with, maybe more. And now Shayna, like, she could barely stand up after the match. So it's like, how you gonna have them as the number 1 contenders and they're doing the whole belt gesture, like, we want the titles. You ain't even done shit. Like, what? And both of y'all hurt. It's like terrible storytelling for the women's tag division continues, and it's just not doing anything for anybody. They could easily get rid of those titles and nobody would give a shit. But yeah, I gave that match 2 blunts. Probably gave it more than it needed. Honestly, I could have gave this match 1 blunt because it was one of the most trash WrestleMania matches I've seen. So after that, we had one of the best WrestleMania matches that I've ever seen. And I gave it an easy 5 blunts. It's an instant classic, same as what 2 of these guys did at Clash of the Castle, the Intercontinental Championship match for Gunther's Intercontinental Championship. Him going up against Sheamus, going against Drew McIntyre. You just got to see it. I'm going to go watch it again, probably before Raw. I'll check in and watch it again. I've already watched it twice. It's just a brutal... It's 3 dudes who just don't care about pain. Don't care about inflicting pain. They could take all the punishment. Like, the chop battle between Gunther and Drew McIntyre is like something of legends. Like, honestly, that little, I mean, it went on for like 90 seconds, so I don't want to say little, but that exchange alone, you could play that for anybody who says wrestling is fake. I would just be like, here, I'm gonna play this. Tell me you do that. And then they'd be like, no. I'll be like, okay, then wrestling ain't fake. Shut the fuck up. So, that's all you have to do is play that one little clip from that match. Wrestling's fake, you say. Would you dare do this with these guys that are this size? Because the guys that they're doing it to are their size, and it looks like it's hurting them. So, yeah, that match was amazing. I can't go. We all watched it. Y'all saw what happened. It was... Man, the Sheamus doing the beats until he just ran out of energy. He just couldn't do it no more. He's swinging so much he couldn't even swing his arm no more. Like, it was just them trading the beats and the chops on Gunther, them going after each other. The only bad part about this match was how it started, and that's Gunther turning his back for some reason on Drew McIntyre as he's delivering the Claymore to open the match. You know what I mean? If he got good Claymore, then it would have made more sense that Gunther was out for the first, 2-3 minutes of the match, because that's what it was supposed to be. But he actually barely even touched him, and Gunther just had to sell that shit. But, we got past that very quickly because they just start beating the dog shit out of each other. So it was amazing. I have nothing ill to say about this match. It's 5 blunts. It's better than the Sheamus and Gunther singles match at Clash the Castle. Okay, nobody tell me different. It's 3 guys doing the exact same thing instead of 2 guys, and they actually went way even further in this match. You know what I mean? Drew McIntyre won a chop battle against Walter. Just let that sink in. Just let that sink the fuck in. Drew McIntyre won a chop battle against Gunther. Like, if there was like aliens come down and we like, yo, we get one open hand slap to take out your alien race. You know what I mean? It's like we would probably pick Gunther. You know what I mean? It's like let Gunther do it. He got us, but now I don't know. I think Drew McIntyre might have the hardest chops in the game because he was trying to tear that man's titties off, and it did not look pleasant at all. Twist the Face Studios, thanks for stopping through again, man. He said this was a master class in beat up brothers' chest to hamburger meat. Yeah, that's facts, bro. That shit was, it was a painful looking match. Sheamus definitely should have finally won the IC belt. I don't know, bro. I don't think anybody really gives a shit about that. Sheamus's fucking. The Miz is walking around talking about I'm a 2-time Grand Slam champion. Does it really fucking mean anything? Like, what matters most is what your reigns were like. You know what I mean? It's like the only people that doesn't apply to is scrub ass heels like the Miz. Like the Miz goes around saying those things because all his title reigns were jokes. Yeah, he's like he, it's not like he was ever taken seriously as the champion. You know what I mean? So it's like, he's gonna use that as a thing. But just being a Grand Slam champion, whatever. Sheamus doesn't need that more than he needs to tell epic stories and put the next Sheamus over, the next big tough guy, even though he still got a lot in the tank. But they need to be putting Gunther over. It made sense. The best story, in my opinion, still would have been Drew McIntyre winning and them two feuding over the belt, Sheamus and Drew. And Drew having the belt, and his best friend trying to take it from him. So, you kind of do the inverse of the KO and Sammy thing a little bit. So I would have liked to seen that, but I'm perfectly fine with Gunther winning. And especially after a match like that, just he's willing to put his body on the line like that. I'm not mad that he won. No more Titus. To God, Titus did his best to ruin this match, because even listening back to it, I was so frustrated. I was just like, shut up. Like, please shut up. I know whoever listened is never going to have him on comment. Why was he out there? Like, why? Like, if anything, Bobby Lashley should have been on commentary like, I got next. Like, Bobby Lashley could have, I said it before, that could have been a fatal four-way with Bobby Lashley in the match, and it would have been even more awesome. You know what I mean? So I think since Bobby ain't really got nothing to do, I think you get him in the mix with those guys, man. Imagine, Lashley and Drew and Sheamus and Gunther all fighting over. You just got the big, like, it makes the IC title feel like a world championship because you got all the big heavyweight dudes going, fighting for the title. So, that's what I would do, but, I'm not booking the shows. Will Wilkinson said, I want absolute chaos tonight. I want title changes, face turns, heel turns, NXT call-ups, returns, debuts, etc. I want all hell to break loose tonight on Raw. I don't know what to tell you, man. Does anyone really win a chop battle? No, that's a good point. But Will, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna get. The last couple times I've gotten like my hopes up for the Raw after Mania, and we know that it's been super deflating and just nothing special. I don't know what kind of title changes we could have. Roman's not gonna show up and lose this title tonight. That would be stupid. Like, maybe Gunther challenges Sheamus, but they're SmackDown guys, so I don't think we'll see them till Friday. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, Jay White is kind of the only thing that could happen that I'm gonna get excited about, honestly. Unless they get Kota Ibushi. You know what I mean? Like, he's another name that I would get excited about. If they get Kota Ibushi or Jay White, you know what I mean, signed to WWE, that'll get me out my seat. I'll be like, okay, that was a Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania that was worth watching. But outside of that, what can they really do? They already hyped us up, Tony Khan. Oh, we got the biggest surprises. We don't need The Rock, blah, blah, blah. Like, what were your surprises? Your surprises were Shane McMahon. Like, that's not a good surprise. Nobody, like, I know he got a pop, but it wasn't it's kind of one of those pops where it's like, oh, this guy, hey, we know him. and he's got the theme song, which I told y'all goes a long way for wrestlers. And Shane constantly proves that because when his theme song drops, the crowd get hyped. And then as soon as he gets in the ring, everyone stops caring. But it was extra crazy last night as far as the not caring, because I'll just skip to it since I'm talking about it. Uh, Miz and Snoop Dogg were in the ring again. Oh, hold on, let me give you my blunt rating for that match. 5 blunts. I told y'all that already. 5 blunts for the IC title match. Easy 5 blunts. Possibly the match of the weekend. It's in the top 3. So yeah, Miz and Snoop are in the ring, and Miz is getting on Snoop like, you set me up yesterday. I wasn't even trying to have a match. And Snoop's like, it sounds like you're trying to have another one the way you're talking. And then that's when he's like, I'm not trying to have a match. And Snoop is like, oh, well, here's another opponent. It's like, all right, that was a stupid way to get there. But then that's when Shane McMahon music hit, and we get the money. And it was just like, I was a complete shock. I was in complete effing shock. I don't even know what to do. Snoop Dogg definitely earned his Hall of Fame spot last night at WrestleMania, though. We got to give him that. He is in the WWE Hall of Fame, right? The celebrity wing. I'm pretty sure he's there already. But he definitely earned it if he's not. Because, Shane McMahon got in the ring, and the bell rang, and there was a match between The Miz and Shane McMahon. Don't ask me why. Shane was just fired just last year by his own dad, who's still backstage. So it was weird. The bell rang, and Shane started throwing his phantom punches that were hitting nobody. They're either missing everything or they're giving you a black eye. There's no in between with Shane McMahon and his punches. He's either potatoing somebody or he's throwing crazy whiffs. It's just like, there's no in between. It always looks stupid. His stomps are crazy exaggerated. It's like, it was bad. But he did an Irish whip and sent Miz into the ropes and tried to do a leapfrog over the Miz. And when he came down after the leapfrog, he mangled his knee. You could just see his knee buckle go. That joint wobbled. It was like, it tore it like 5 times in 1 second. It was. You just hear it ripping like paper as he was wobbling. Like, oh no, it's over. And he tried to get up and was like, oh, it's over. I can't stand up. So he just fell down, immediately got rolled out the ring, rolled to the side, and it was just chaos at that point. Nobody knew what to do. The Miz is sitting there dancing around the ring looking dumb, like, hey, what's going on? Then out of nowhere, Snoop gets back in the ring and just decks the Miz. And I was like, all right, cool. He's gonna, somebody got in his ear, and then he just decked the Miz again, and then he did the worst people's elbow of all time. But he did it, and he pinned the Miz, even though he wasn't the opponent for the Miz, for the 1, 2, 3 to end the segment, and got a nice little pop out the crowd, even though the crowd was like, what the fuck just happened to Shane? So shout out to Snoop for saving the segment. I'm not sure if the ref had anything to do with it, calling the signals, calling the plays, or if Snoop just went off his own volition or Miz made the call, which I would assume it was the Miz that made the calls, like, yo, punch me in the face, because he's the 16-year veteran and Snoop's the celebrity. But if Snoop came up with that and worked through that by himself, then props to him. But just being able to put it all together to where it almost looked like it was planned that way. At least they were able to do that and salvage something, but it was a horrible fucking segment. I'm not even giving it a blood rating because it didn't need to be on there. It was fucking terrible. Even if Shane McMahon didn't blow out his knee, his quad, he blew out his quad. I guess that was a dedication to his father at the Royal Rumble. Guess that's what we were doing. Vince was like, I blow out 2, you got to blow out at least 1. Get your ass out there, kid. So went out there, ripped his quad up like his daddy did at the Royal Rumble. Was seen in Batista. Funny moment then, funny moment last night. Can't even deny it. Hate to see people get injured. I know what it's like to be down a will, but it was pretty funny, man. Can't even deny that shit. So after that, we had a match that did matter, but was pretty much par for the course. Is what we expected the match to be. It was a good match, WrestleMania worthy. WrestleMania worthy, yes. Was it a WrestleMania level match? No. I'm just gonna no, it wasn't. There was no like table spots. Nobody got beat with a chair. There was no blood. There wasn't any moves that I haven't seen before, really. I'm talking about the Raw Women's title match between Bianca Belair and Asuka. This was one of the biggest disappointments of the entire night for me. Um, Bianca had an adorable entrance with all little girls doing whole dance routine. They all had the Bianca Belair ponytails and gear on, so little mini Biancas. They were all adorable. The entrance was adorable. She's a superstar. Looks like a superstar. Should be champ again if she even if she did lose like I wanted her to. It's not like this should be her last title run, but Bianca's gonna be around for the next decade as she should be. But I think she is fully taking on the role of Bianca Cena. I saw that a few times on Twitter last night. People calling her that. I think that name is picked up, and that's exactly what I was afraid of. I said I'm worried about her getting go away heat if she wins this match, and it could happen. It could happen, and I don't think she has the same temperament to deal with the cheers and the boos and the Bianca sucks and we love Bianca chants going on at the same time. Maybe she could. Maybe that's what her character needs is some of that. But who knows? This match was good because it's Asuka and Bianca, and they're both two of the best women's wrestlers in the world. But it was just a match. Like it was a match. Asuka looked great. Bianca looked great, and Bianca won with a KOD. One KOD, matter of fact. It was just really deflating because Asuka's never won at WrestleMania. She's been in the company for 7, 8 years now, and she's been on the main roster for 5. It's her 5th WrestleMania. Never won. She's top 5 female performer on the roster. Like, how's she never won at WrestleMania? You know what I mean? And she's usually a good guy, or at least a tweener at the very least, like she was tonight. Yeah, I know they tried to turn her heel the very last interaction between them, which was stupid. It's like you knew people wanted to see her win. There were just some bad decisions made on this night's WrestleMania 2. Yeah, it's not much to say about this match, man. A lot of back and forth action. Asuka did a great job when she was on offense, beating the crap out of Bianca. But it wasn't enough. Bianca muscled her up after a couple attempts and hit the KOD and got a 1-2-3. Yeah, and Asuka's still a loser. She did jump on Twitter later and say something about how she might as well leave WWE and go back to Japan, and there needs to be some change in the women's division, and who wants to take over the women's division. I'm not sure if that was a work or what kind of situation that was, but they should have done, if they were going to do that, they should have never changed her to the whole Kana character. They should have waited till this point after this big loss and then been like, boom, all right, she's changing the character. So she changed it to this killer clown who still loses. You know what I mean? And now she's got to change it to the killer clown who's going to have a team. I don't know. I don't even know what she meant. Or is she just going to leave? She actually means she wants to leave. Like, I don't really know with these wrestlers in social media these days, but that's the situation with that. Shout out to Bianca, still Raw Women's Champion. I don't know who she's going to feud with next. There is nobody. Then we had a 3-year-old's birthday party, but inside a cage. Man, listen, Edge's entrance was one of the best entrances of the weekend, top 5 entrance of the weekend. I'm going to do another video about that. But after Edge's entrance, Finn Balor decided to make his entrance. It was already fucked up because it was still daylight outside, so you can't do the whole dark smoke. And even there wasn't even enough smoke to hide him when he was doing his entrance. So He, you know, how he normally rises up out the smoke, and you don't really fully see him till he stands all the way up, and it looks super cool because it looked like he's rising from the smoke. It wasn't. They looked like he crawled into the smoke and then stood up. It was weird. The camera angles were bad. They were shooting him from behind, which was weird for that entrance, and it didn't make any sense. I ain't like Finn's entrance. Plus, he had the red and purple. I would have rather him just had purple and black like the Judgment Day colors instead of throwing the red in there. Then it got worse because we fucking got to the ring, and oh my god, they got the Hell in a Cell. We got the regular silver cage, which was like, yes. The first thing I thought was like, yes, they got that stupid red cage out here. It's so hard to see the match with a red cage. But you know what they did have? You had red tables or purple tables, red chairs, and purple and red kendo sticks. So the demon verse, they did this whole video package with fucking, I forget the guy's name, the actor that's playing in the whole fucking exorcist type movie or whatever. And they did this whole thing. It's supposed to be scary and horrific and just, oh man, it's demons involved, and Edge comes out in a scary mask, and it's supposed to be a horror movie. And these motherfuckers come out with purple and red kendo sticks. It's like, what in the Naomi? Like, you can't just steal her motherfucking gimmick because she's not in the company anymore. It's two grown ass men. Why are they swinging purple kendo sticks at each other? Whose idea was that? It wasn't even going along with a sponsor. You just matched everything to Finn Balor's gear, his face paint. Edge wasn't wearing purple and red, so what the fuck does he care about purple? So the demon Finn Balor's like, yo, I gotta paint these kendo sticks in these tables so it matches my gear. That's what happened? Like, how you gonna explain that? Why? Why was that a thing? Purple and red kendo sticks, red chairs, my nigga, look like chair fire hydrants. Like, I ain't never even seen a red folding chair. That was terrible. It was just bright and unnecessary and didn't look tough or mean or anything. It just looked like we were having the match in a fucking nursery school. You know what I mean? All this fucking colorful shit. They painted the fucking table purple. I was like, yeah, this is stupid. This is dumb as hell. Why does Finn Balor need to have red and purple in his gear? Just do the purple. Your gear color is purple. Your old team color is purple. You know what I mean? I ain't even like that he came out to his old theme music. It's stupid. Come out to the Judgment Day. It's not stupid, but it's old. The new Finn Balor is the leader of Judgment Day. Well, Rhea's the real leader. She's the only one that wins all the time. But it's like, Finn Balor's supposed to be the man. Like, why you ain't just use the judge? That's the thing we've been watching for the whole year. Why you gonna switch back to this dumbass demon character, man? I'm just, at least integrate both characters together. It's like, I know he had the purple, but it was just like the whole Finn Balor we saw before then they tried to really give him superpowers, man. Like, he was getting his ass beaten, just no selling. Like, it didn't hurt. Edge was like, okay, it didn't hurt. I got you. Here's a ladder. Want to meet my friend Ladder? It's made out of metal. Edge chucked the ladder at this man's face, and it did not look this bad when it happened. I swear, it looked like it connected, but Lord Jesus. Whoo! And I think I was talking shit during the match. Like, damn, man, get up, man. It's a little blood, man. Damn, we can't be. Shit. If it was me, match over. Throw up the X. Why ain't you throwing up the X, ref? Ref, throw the fucking X up. Send everybody out. I'm done. Man, this man had a split on his head from back here all the way here, and that shit looked like the motherfucking, I don't know, it looked like the some kind of fucking mountain valley just going down his head. Looked like the barber was trying to part his head with a motherfucking chisel. It's like, yo, I'm gonna put a part in your hair. I don't mean to laugh, but he fucked up, man. He was and you couldn't see it during the match because he got black in his hair, black and purple face paint. So you couldn't see. You could see he was bleeding, but you couldn't see that gash, man. Oh, man. They had to shave that man's head. Oh, man. It was bad. That was nasty. I did not need to see that picture. Yes, I could see his thoughts, actually, in the picture. And he was thinking like, why I let him throw that ladder? Why ain't I just duck instead of put my hands up? He was there's all kind of thoughts coming right out of that space. Yo, he got fucked up, man. But Finn is a cold badass, man. We can't take nothing away from Finn. He is hard as hey, pause. You know what I mean? But he's a tough son of a bitch, man. Cause he was like trying to push the referee off, like I'm good, man. Leave me the fuck alone. I don't even know if he knew, cause if he had looked in the mirror, he might have been horrified. Ha! My head. Somebody help. But apparently, Edge they cut away from Finn because obviously he was being attended to because immediately they called the refs on and called out everybody or whatever. Um, but they were panning the Edge. Edge did a good job. It was kind of long because they were stapling Finn up, stapling his head together. He had the fucking gaping wound in his head. They had to staple together real quick. And Edge is just fumbling around, pulling chairs and tables and stalling for time basically, but not just standing around. Same as what Miz did with his dancing, but you just gotta stall and keep moving. So you're not just standing there like, so what's next? I'm gonna wait. Can't do that. So was able to, the camera was able to stay fixated on Edge. He was getting some pops when he was pulling out different weapons, but it was like he wasn't even using it. He's just pulling them out and throwing them back. Table, yeah. Hey, it's a chair. Yeah. It's like he was doing flashcards with the. What's this? It's a ladder. Yeah. Good job. It's like, man, if you don't go in there and hit him with something. Then he got back in the ring and they start going back at it. Finn is still leaking blood. At that point, you could tell it was a bad cut. Just couldn't really tell how bad again. But then they had like little platforms up on the cage, which just it works, but it's just like, all right, why are you putting that there? Establish that those are put there so people could jump off of them. Otherwise, it's just like, why is that there? Again, did the demon build the cage? I'm confused. So the demon built the cage so he could jump off that platform. He also painted kendo sticks and tables, purple and red. Man, it must be boring in hell. Is what I'm getting from all this. It must not. Ain't got shit to do down there. All them partying, drinking motherfuckers. They was busy when they was out. Ain't got shit to do now that they in hell. Must not be no clubs. Oh man, the shit that got you down there, can't do it down there, huh? That's why it's hell for you, huh? Motherfuckers reading books and going to Bible study in hell. You ain't know it's gonna be like that, huh? The devil, like, I know what you don't want. It's gonna be hell for real. Finn's like, fuck this shit, man. I'm the demon. I need something to do. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna paint this table with some purple paint. Can't stop me. I'm a rebel. I'm sorry, man. I'm high. Don't mind me. It's wrestling on weed. I'm sorry. But Finn tried to do a fucking coup de grace off the little platform. It was like 20 feet in the air. He's already got a gash in his head. So then he attempted to Dante Martin his feet. So he doesn't like his ankles. So as he had Edge on the table, then he jumped down. This was stupid. This should have been the end of the match, honestly. It was building up to where it looked like this was the end of the match. He got up there, did the coup de grace, and completely missed. And so he just landed on the table and split the table where the table was already split. And yeah, then Edge did some stuff, hit him with a spear, and that was it. And everybody was like, wait a minute, what? So Edge just came back to beat everybody? He still hasn't been pinned, I don't think, since he's been back almost 2 years, right? There's a Royal Rumble, not this one, but the last. So that was a year and a half, basically. He's not gonna lose. He's just 9 years off, huh? It's like I'm unstoppable. Motherfucker got bags. He got sandbags under his eyes. Like it. Edge got the most wrinkly under eye. Like I got bags, like I got puffy eyes. You know what I mean? But like Edge's shit, it's like I don't even know. I can't even. He just got. He got like the fold over skin. Let me stop playing with my shit. See, I do skincare, so I go. I got these little pads I put under my eyes, so I don't be looking old. I got to keep this young face as I get old. But Edge look old. He looks like an old grizzled man, and he's just out there beating Finn Balor, who has 12 abs on each side. Like you can't, you can't. Who was no selling everything during the match, even no sold having a hatchet put into his head. He no sold the fuck out of that ladder, man. Like ladder, man. Fuck this head, man. I don't need this head. I'm the demon. So, but Edge beat him anyway with a spear, because that's way worse than getting your head split open with a ladder. I can't make it make sense, man. I can't make this shit up. But the match was decent, man. Overall, Edge wins. The finish sucked, so I gave the match 3 1/4 blunts. Some people might be mad at me for that. I don't give a fuck. 3 1/4 blunts. I could have just gave it 3 blunts, but I did think it was better than Austin Theory and Cena, which I gave 3 blunts. So yeah, yeah, that was that. Uh, then we had the match that the entire world was waiting on, man. Now, this might be controversial. My take might be controversial here. But obviously, oh yeah, he won with a concerto. That's right. I'm sorry. I forgot about that. It wasn't a spear. You're right. He concertoed the man who had a gaping wound on his head. Jesus, that's why I forgot what happened, because I tried to forget on purpose. Like when I mean, at that point, somebody should just call the fucking police. The man got a gape. They had to staple his head back together. And Edge was like, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do, because I care about human life? I'm gonna put his head between 2 metal chairs. That's but hey. The chairs are red. You won't see the blood. Don't worry about it. Nothing to see here. nothing, to, nothing to see here, guys. You won't see any blood. Ah, that was that was so stupid, man. Why is Edge beating Finn Balor, man? Oh, it was so stupid. I don't care if it was with a concerto, and yeah, nobody's getting up from that clearly, but I don't care. It's stupid. It's stupid. Let the fucking up and comers, the new guys, win. I was mad that Ray beat Dom, but I understand that. You got to get the father and son thing, and they can keep that one going. Nobody wants to see Edge and Finn Balor go at it again. Nobody wants this feud to continue. So Edge just basically came back to bury a wrestler who's already been buried multiple times since he hurt his shoulder and debuted on the main roster after being Universal Champion for one day. You know what I mean? So it's already like Finn Balor cannot like get his foot. He's almost reminiscent of Oscar. Like him and Oscar kind of get treated the same. They're like treated as almost stars. They're almost stars, but big match, they losing. You know what I mean? It's just like, why? Why? Finn Balor's one of the most talented people you have in every aspect. He is coming to his own on the microphone. Obviously, he's one of the best in the ring. He's got the fucking superstar look. He can go do the interviews. Make him a fucking star. He could have been Cody Rhodes before Cody Rhodes came to the company, but they don't know how to fucking book Finn Balor at all. You know what I mean? This shit is so fucking stupid, man. It's so stupid. But it's so stupid. I just hate this. This whole night was just bad booking 101. It was like Triple H booked Saturday, and Vince McMahon was like, hey, man, I don't like all these good feelings at the end of these matches. The crowd is too predictable. Sometimes predictable is fucking good. But sometimes just give us what the fuck we want and don't be a troll. Sometimes that's okay. Like a swerve every now and then, I'm okay with. Like the main event swerve, I'm still on the fence about. I'm not gonna talk about this match, move for move or anything like that. Go watch it. It was like watching a sporting event. The entrances took 20 minutes. Roman's was 15 of that. Legit. And it was one of the most epic battles in a main event that I've ever witnessed. The Rock versus Hogan was a spectacle. Terrible wrestling, but was a spectacle nonetheless. The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, especially at 19, was, whew, man, amazing. Uh, Shawn versus Undertaker both times. Undertaker versus Triple H both times. Spectacles. Matches you'll never forget because they just felt like movies. It just felt like something so big. Sasha and Bianca felt like that last year. Just something so big and monumental. Uh, that's what this felt like, man. Felt like I was watching Game 7 of the Lakers Celtics series or some shit. And I'm just on the edge of my seat, like, are they really going to screw him over? Who's going to win? Like, because I'm thinking, like, I was on the side of the fence that, probably the minority side where I'm just like, you know, Cody hasn't really done a whole lot to really be in this position. Like, number 30 at the Royal Rumble is like the easiest spot to win from. There's no struggle there. Like, he was gone for 7 months because he got injured. He beat Seth Rollins 3 times in a row, but that's pretty much all he's done. So, it was just like, they need to do more. So it's my only thing. I still picked Cody to win because I thought that that's the story that they were telling. Should have went with my gut. Roman Reigns ended up getting the win. Bunch of shenanigans in the match. Solo was interfering from the beginning. Interfered like 3 different times during the match. The ref, he hit Cody with Cody's weight belt that he took from -1, who was out there. Shout out to Brody Lee and his family, who Cody had there front row. But he hit Cody with the belt. Obviously, the ref was like, I have ears, right? It's like the ref. I love the ref's reaction to the belt smack, though. The ref wasn't paying attention. Then he heard it was like, whoosh, and the ref was like, he was like, bruh. He's like, I'm not looking at you, so you might just do something a little, like, you could have done something quiet. Like, I can't ignore that. Clearly something just happened. Cody's sitting there like, and you sitting there like, I don't know what happened. Like, motherfucker, I heard what happened. So he threw Solo out the match. So it looked like it was going to be 101, but then there was a ref bump, and the ref is down. So, that's when the Usos came out. And the Usos attacked fucking Cody, hit him with a 1D. That's when Kevin and Sammy came out, and they chased off the Usos. But then fucking Solo popped back up and hit Cody while he was in the corner with a Samoan spike, allowing Roman to hit that man with a spear and get the dub. Super deflating, because there was a moment right before the interference where it looked like Cody was going to win. He hit he hit his finisher once. Then he picked him up to do it. I think he only hit it once. He was about to do it a second time, or maybe he was about to do it a third time, and that was going to be it. I think he did hit it twice, and he was about to hit it a third time to finish it. And that's when Paul Heyman jumped up on the ring apron and caused another distraction. It was a mess. So it's basically how Roman's won all his title matches in the last however many. It's the same shit. So kind of disappointing. Although I feel like Roman deserves to still be champion because he's great. You could still tell stories with Roman. He's still going to be the best champion in the business. It's just going to continue. It just felt like the story they were telling, and the way that crowd, bruh. The match was like good. Cody hit a crazy Cody cutter during the match. The match was good. Got caught trying to do a kick off the ropes and got powered by. There was some good spots during the match, but the crowd made that match. That's why it reminded me of Hogan and Rock, Stone Cold and The Rock, Shawn Michaels and Undertaker, because the crowd was so invested into the match that they weren't quiet for any moment. It was like it was a standing room only for the entire match. It was amazing. The controversial thing that I'm about to do uh, is not give this match 5 blunts. Um, I gave it 4.75 blunts because of that finish. I think that if there was any time that you were gonna put that belt on Cody, I don't care about 1,000 days. I don't give a shit. I care about storytelling. I care about being invested in stories and capping that off with great wrestling matches, which is what we did. We capped it off with a great wrestling match, but we didn't finish the story. And I was looking forward to the finale of that story because I think there's other things you could do with Roman if you take the titles off of him. Um, the whole Jey Uso thing doesn't might not hit as hard if Roman is still the champ, and I just don't know. I don't know. I wanted Cody to win, but I didn't want Cody. I didn't think he should win. I thought Roman should win, but I think my heart was with Cody. I don't know. I'm as mixed emotions when it comes to this match and how it ended, but 4.75 blunts. I'm not sure if you guys agree. If you think it was a 5 blunt match, I'm not sure what anybody else gave it. I haven't seen Meltzer's star ratings or anything like that. The crowd was devastated, Gruss. The crowd was absolutely devastated. People were booing. Roman was taunting the crowd. It was great, but there was a big Roman fan base there. People were cheering Roman. He actually got a lot of cheers. It was a lot of cheers for Roman. People weren't that upset, but the people who were upset. Like, people were mad in the crowd. Yeah, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. Ain't no way they was gonna let AEW return and win everything. WWE don't get down like that. That's a fact, Gruss. You really can't have Cody come back after he literally left the company, asked to leave the company, started a whole new company who's now your biggest competition now, then came back, and then the first thing you're gonna do is put him in the main event of WrestleMania and let him beat your top guy that's you've been pushing for the last decade. Like, it business wise, that's a bad decision. Like, let's just call it what it is. That's a bad look. Business wise, is legacy wise for the company, it just didn't make any sense. He literally smashed a Triple H throne as soon as he got to AEW. As soon as that nigga left, he was like, you know what? I got something for this bitch ass nigga. And Triple H still was like, nah, come on back. I got you. Come on, you can come back. No, you can come back. You're welcome back. Come on. You want to be in the main event? I got something for you. I'm going to win the title that my dad never won. Sure. I can see that shit. Triple H just like, sign the papers. Oh man, I can just see that shit playing out, man. Triple H, like, no, I got you. Don't worry about it. Remember, Randy's one of my proteges. You're one of his proteges. It's like, it's all connected. It's, you'll be fine, Cody. I mean, it's still a better situation than being in that mess in AEW. Nobody wants to be in that locker room right now, and that's ironic as fuck because last year was no one wants to be in the WWE locker room, and the AEW locker room is so hunky-dory and everybody loves each other. Now it's like literally the reverse. So, oh, what a difference a year makes. The bidding war of 2024 just got more expensive on WWE side, I believe. Well, probably because they're going to be bidding for a lot of people. They got a lot of people whose contracts run out in 2024. So that's one thing that you got to consider. Like, WWE is losing a lot of contracts in 20. Drew McIntyre being the biggest name, I think, coming up in 2024. He's not even trying to negotiate his deal until the contract is almost up because he wants to weigh his options, which I respect. I don't know. Oh my God. The Miz said me versus Bad Bunny one-on-one. It sounds like a dream match to me in Puerto Rico. No, it doesn't, Miz. No, it doesn't. You are not a part of anyone's dream match. I think that word is being overused now. I think the word dream match, thanks to AEW and Tony Khan, has jumped the fucking shark. You really never heard the term dream match in WWE every 5 minutes. You still don't. In AEW, it's like every week. Hey, we got a dream match for you. Tony Khan got a big announcement on Wednesday. You know what it is. Hey, we got a dream match from a wrestler no one's ever seen or heard of before. And that's way smarter to give you guys this dream match than to, you know what, put Keith Lee on TV or give Hobbs another main event on Dynamite. Or how about we use fucking Wardlow in the right way or something like, oh no, guess what we got? We got Vikingo. He's gonna do some flips. Like, damn it, man. Why can't Tony Khan get this shit right, man? Where the fuck is Lance Archer, bro? Lance Archer is one of the most talented heels in the business. He was actually dominating over in New Japan for a while. You bring him over, and then he don't get to do shit. Like, it's so fucking stupid. Where the fuck, man? Y'all know what I'm about to say. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. You know what I'm about to say. Fuck is Miro at, man? Fuck is Miro at? Why I gotta watch Vikingo and motherfucking who was the match against last? Oh my god, fucking Jeff Cobb, the bootleg Miro, nigga. If you don't get this Bo Dallas, fat Bo Dallas looking ass nigga off my TV and go get me Miro and put him on my screen, I'ma lose my shit. I swear to God, Tony Khan, I'ma lose my shit. You know what I mean? It's like, you ain't gonna tell me Jeff Cobb don't look like a fat Bo Dallas. You know what I mean? Bo leave. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit, nigga. Like, I wanna see Miro. I wanna see Keith Lee. I wanna see Swerve. I wanna see Wardlow. I wanna see Lance Archer. I wanna see the people that I started watching this company to see. Where the fuck are they? All you got is the old people. It's like, oh yeah, you know the Bucks and Hangman and Kenny, they definitely gonna be on TV. We got Mox, we got the WWE guys, the Moxie and the Bryan Danielsons, you know, and whoever's in their orbit, and then all the rest of you guys can go get fucked. You know what I mean? It's like, why you sign us? Talking about, yeah, it's better over here. No, Keith Lee was better off. He was better as Bearcat. He was better off staying as Bearcat. You know what I mean? They could have just dropped Keith Lee totally and just called him Bearcat, and it would be better than what the fuck he's doing right now. That man is barely on dark. He is in the shadows. Do they have a program called AEW Shadow? Is that in the shadows? You'll never see me. It's like the Homer Simpson meme, like, this is Keith Lee in his career. It's like, oh man, it's poor guys, man. Poor guys. I don't even really know what to say, man. They need to stop. Yeah, gray hair Keith Lee. You need to dye his hair black. Like, help me help you, Keith. Help me help you. It's like, damn, bro, you look like a whole, or at least dye it blonde or something. Like, you're gonna go light. Like, I know it's a lot of work dyeing, and you got to dye everything. So I get it. That's a headache. And like, you better off just cutting your hair off, going bald with the baby face, or at least bald with the white beard. I don't know, having all white hair and looking like an old man, like that's probably not the best look. Seeing as you're just like getting to the public eye and haven't become a star yet, it's gonna be harder to become a star looking like an old man. It's unfortunate. It's just it is what it is. Young man's game should be anyway. Um, but those are the blunt ratings for WrestleMania Night 2. Obviously, the big news of the day is WWE being sold to Endeavor. Technically, they're being sold. They're sold 51% of the shares of the company to the same people who own the UFC. So the UFC and WWE are now a massive conglomerate. Vince McMahon and Dana White are now business partners locked in. It's more like Tony Khan or Nick Khan and Dana White, because they're both for the presidents of their respective companies. So, yeah, I'm not gonna get into logistics and all that bullshit on this channel. This was obviously a power play, the smartest move for Vince McMahon. This is it is good for us that the shit didn't get sold to Saudi Arabia and it didn't get really convoluted and messy with that. And it, is being sold to some Americans at least. But this was also Vince McMahon could stay in power at least the power that he has. He gave himself a job last week. Like, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna give myself a 2-year position. That's so if they fire him, he could just keep the bag. Like, yeah, this is guaranteed money, so I'll take that 50 billion or whatever. You gotta give me this $300 million if you do fire me. It's my, yeah, I did write the contract myself and signed it. So what? But so that's where we're at with Vince. He's gonna stay on as chairman. Nick Khan's gonna be, or yeah, Nick Khan. I keep wanting to say Tony, but Nick Khan is gonna stay on as president. Triple H is still in charge of creative. Uh, Maybe there's a opening for Steph. I was worried that Shane might be back and he might be taking on a position. Otherwise, why is he being asked to come to WrestleMania? There's so many people you could have debuted and got, so many people. 50-year-old Shane McMahon out there doing phantom punches and looking ridiculous. It was terrible. So WWE has now made the big move, man. They've made the big move. Not sure how long Vince is going to be a part of the company. He looks really weird. He's not someone who should be dyeing his hair because he's 78 years old or whatever, and that little mustache does not help all of the rumors that have been out there about him because now he actually looks like a creep. So. So I guess he's leaning into it. I don't fucking know. Let me get out of here, man, so I can get ready to watch Raw. I'm gonna go hit the gym for like 30 minutes real quick and get ready to watch Monday Night Raw. I'll be locked in with you guys hopefully tomorrow morning, or we might hop on right after the show. It depends, but if not, we'll definitely see you guys on Wednesday when I'm off work. And yeah, we'll talk about the Raw after Mania and all that good stuff. So make sure you hit the notification bell, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We definitely got a few new subs over the week. So I appreciate everybody who subscribed over the weekend, and tuned in for some shows. We should go in after Raw, right? Let's pause that entire sentence that I'm not going in after anybody Raw. That's not what it's time to end the show. All right, guys. Shout out to Steven Larson, by the way. I mean, going in Raw. That show's name is so ridiculous. Like, especially because they cover everything. It's not like they just cover Monday Night Raw. So name of the show, Going In Raw, is just so ridiculous. There's actually been two old white guys with gray hair and shit. That shit is hilarious, man. They have the best podcast name for wrestling, I swear to God. But that's it, guys. I'm going to get up out of here. Enjoy Monday Night Raw tonight, even if you're with your girl. We'll see you guys later. Deuces. Oh, man.